Welcome to this FX8 Nature Walk, Foxtrot X-Ray 8. My name's Stephen, I'm your guide. What we've got is the following FX8 FX interesting points for you as we move through this video. And I've included a short poem as well. So from an F point of view, Foxtrot, how about thinking about falling? I'm in my 71st revolution of the sun, and I was going to go, why don't I shoot a video of me falling? And then I went, hang on a minute. I don't think that that's going to happen. So I just thought that I would add these pictures of people playing, and falling leaves is such a wonderful time of year here in the autumn where I am, and kids getting to play. And I took a video along the path just to get a sense of what's going on. But today was an interesting day, is that this was the first snowfall that came about. And I just thought that I would share a little bit of it with you. Another F is the foothills. On a given day when I'm not watching the snow, I can actually see the foothills, the eastern slopes of the Rockies. The top right-hand photo is Calgary in Alberta, Canada, and the foothills in behind. I'm on the west side of Calgary, closer to the foothills. And while I can't quite see this picture, I've driven into this many times. Another interesting point about F is I was thinking about footfalls and footprints. Footfalls being maybe without my boots, or being a little bit more attentive to where I'm placing my foot while I'm in the outer doors. And footprints are that more aggressive in a sense, where you're laying your foot down. And I was just thinking almost poetically, footfalls, footprints, what might I come up with? And I thought I would share this one. As we move into X, I got a little bit more philosophical with this one, because X is an interesting letter in the alphabet and when connected with nature. And let me share the following. Is that X marks the spot. I think we would agree that it's kind of a mapping element. There's the X-ray, but also it's a mysterious or unknown person when it's used. In some letters, it's a kiss. It's a multiplication symbol, 2 times 2. It's in graphs, X, Y, and Z, and it often illustrates an unknown amount. I thought it was kind of interesting to see it from that perspective. But I went into nature and I said, where is it being used? And I found xerophilium in North America. I hope I'm saying it correctly. If not, there is a listing here of where you can go and get flower names. One of many. I just thought that I would share this one. And I leave it to you to do a little bit of exploration. And then there's the branch hut, sometimes survival huts, or where the kids go to play. And I thought that I would just illustrate at the top where they crisscross, there's an X shape there. And I just wanted to bring that forth both from a fun point of view, but also from this is kind of an interesting shape that you see here. When it comes to 8, I was having fun with this one as well. And where it took me was, what are the 8 points of the compass? And we think of north, east, west, and south. And then there are the other elements, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. And this idea of the compass came forth. It brought me back to a sense of news, north, east, west, and south. The news as it becomes available from all the different directions we pull from. But if I was to add an S to it, I'm taking into consideration safety. Safety in the sense that through my inquiries, investigations, interpretations, I'm making sure that who's influencing me is correct for me and living my life. And then I want to make sure that as I influence others by sharing news, it is going to be correct in its use as well. And then I went, well, this is kind of interesting, is that there is what's called a Mobius strip, and it's a play on the infinity sign. So if I take the number 8 and I just flip it 90 degrees, I get the infinity sign top right. And then if you put a twist into the affinity, you end up with what's called a Mobius strip. And I've got a reference here to a story in Scientific American about the Mobius strip and the mathematicians who found it. I've always enjoyed it because there's an artist by the name of Escher that, if you look up, he uses these sort of concepts of playing around with imagery and seeing what happens. And so I wanted to acknowledge the Mobius strip. And 8 also pertains to the planets. Now, some of you might say, well, hang on a minute, Pluto is the ninth. Well, according to NASA now, it's actually a dwarf planet. So there are the 8 planets here and the dwarf planets. I put a reference to the Science NASA government site here as well for you. When it comes to FX, I thought, special effects. I had forgotten all about it, and I had done a short around this. So I'm just bringing the 3 images I've used of the aurora borealis. When I bring the FX8 all together, then there is the sense of a poem that comes out. And I thought that I would share the poem with you. Falling leaves whisper to the ground. X marks the spot where the old alder stood. A compass needle spins uncertain while the news cracks open in a dance. Aurora borealis, a cathedral dome, silent rivers of color and light, mapping a journey no chart can hold. Beneath, tracing forgotten paths, new paths, eyes lifted, waiting for my heart to guide me going. Here's the original prompt that started all of this series of the nature walks with the letters, the 2 letters, and the number. Again, it's here for you for your consideration. My request of you is please watch lots of the channel videos. There'll be a couple that will pop up around this page here that you can click on and watch, but certainly watch as many of them as you can. That certainly helps me. Again, just a reminder to subscribe, and I so appreciate comments. I get to learn from you about what it is that you like, maybe other topics that you would like to have covered. Let's see what unfolds for us as we move forward.